Good day, my little Robins. It's me, Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from, well, me here on this channel. If you haven't already read the title, today I'm bringing you guys my mid-December manga haul. That's right, you'll probably get another one of these after Christmas because I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of more volumes for Christmas. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to show you, like the manga I picked up. Going to do a bit of talking about it. You guys are, going to like the video, subscribe, tap that bell to be notified of when I upload. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into this manga haul. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you go back and check out my first manga collection video, because the first series I'm going to show you I picked up the next 5 volumes in, and it can be a very controversial 50-50 series. It is Vampire Knight. I picked up volume 6, volume 7, volume 8, volume 9, and volume 10. That is right, I am a massive fan of this series. I love vampires. Apparently I'm still in my high school Twilight phase, who knew? It's definitely better than the anime series. I'm finding that out more as I read through the volume, so if you've given the anime a chance and you think it's a little bit cheesy, this series is, equally cheesy, but it's a little bit less cheese, so if you want a little less cheese with your vampires, I highly recommend you check out Vampire Knight. I know this is a series I am definitely going to finish at some point. I just like having it on my shelf because people go, huh, you read this series, and I'm like, yes, and I am proud. The next 5 volumes in this haul is probably from one of my favourite, anime series. If you can't already tell, I've got 2 Funko Pops. I have Uta on this side, and I have Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. I'm a massive fan of this series, so the next 5 are Tokyo Ghoul Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, and Volume 6. You're probably thinking, Beth, you're a little late to the game in terms of, picking up the manga. I've watched the series multiple times, and yeah, I might be a little late to the buying game. I just love these covers, they've got some of my favourite characters on. Ah, yes. Tokyo Ghoul is definitely a series that I'm going to finish because, well, I feel the need to because I've finished the anime multiple times. Yes, Tokyo Ghoul is going to be up there as one of my favourite animes and manga series of all time. Next up, another series that I bought 5 volumes of. It seems to be the common thread in this video. I seem to pick up the next 5 volumes in a series, and it is my current favourite anime over on Funimation, and it is Fire Force. As you can see in the background, I have volumes 1 through to 3, which I showcased in my Worlds Apart haul. I now have volume 4, volume 5, volume 6, volume 7, and of course volume 8. This is a series that is just so good. I love in this series, I'm just going to show you some of the pages, and the reason I'm showing you why I really like the art style in this series is because it is very loyal to the anime. When I was reading the manga, I was like, okay, I wonder how they're going to make this fighting scene into the show, and they went above and beyond, so I'm just like, yes, this is a series that remains very faithful to the anime. And something that I'm liking is I've got volumes 1 to 8 of the manga series, and it's actually, so far, the series is going through these volumes pretty darn fast, so they're not hanging around and dragging out a volume for multiple episodes like in certain animes. I'm not going to name names. I do have volume 1 on my collection. Fairy Tail, I am looking at you in the background. But yeah, Fire Force. If you like firefighters and you like good fights, you like good artwork, then this is a series I highly recommend you pick up. This next series, I picked up the first 3 volumes, and it is Goblin Slayer Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. This is a series which, when I kind of told my friends I was reading it, some of them kind of raised their eyebrows because they were like, are you being serious right now? You do know some of the context and the content, and I'm like, yeah, I can see the warning in the corner, and you know what? I've watched a lot of film, I've watched a lot of TV over the years, and I have seen a lot more violent acts towards women and other characters in TV shows and film, and quite frankly, I think I've become desensitized to it, so yeah, I kind of read it because it is a great RPG style series. I'm a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan, so yes, I like this series. I'm not saying that I'm all for, you know, a little bit of rape and a little bit of, you know, bit of violence towards women, but it's done to a degree. It's in good nature. Goblin Slayer has one of my favourite voices in an anime series. I feel so sorry for the voice actor because he probably is so nice in real life and then he has to voice this character. I like this series because you don't really learn the names of the characters, you just know their aliases. So Goblin Slayer, you have Cowgirl, you have High Elf. Like, they don't have names, they're literally just explained through their classes, which is very D&D, and I like it. This probably isn't for, like, the faint-hearted, and I highly recommend you probably check out maybe some of the plot online, or even borrow, like, the first volume from a friend, just to see if it's for you. I like Goblin Slayer, it's a guilty pleasure, and I'm going to continue reading it. This next series, I'm not so sure if I'm going to actually pick up any more copies because I was kind of let down by the first 2 volumes, and it is Assassination Classroom Volume 1 and Assassination Classroom Volume 2. I picked these up on a friend's recommendation. They are obsessed with the anime. I've watched some episodes and I kind of like and understand the anime. I like the premise, you know, some alien teacher who the students are trying to kill. We've all been there, we've all done that, we all have that one annoying teacher in school that we wish we could kill. We finally got a series. I just don't know if I'm a fan of the characters. Let me just open it up. I like the art in this, but I don't think that can really justify me continuing a series if I'm not that interested in it. I don't know if it actually picks up past Volume 2, so if you have read this in the comments, please tell me if I should check out at least, you know, Volume 3. I like to give most series a chance up to Volume 3 before, you know, I make an opinion. I might go back and watch the anime and then maybe read the series. But it's a bit of fun. Maybe not for me. Just like with Assassination Classroom, I'm very 50-50 on this next manga, and it is Volume 2 of Black Clover. I showcased Volume 1 in my Worlds Apart haul, and I've gone out and bought Volume 2. I've been told, don't watch the anime, it's very disappointing. The manga is so much better, but I'm really confused so far. Is it going to be a slow build manga, or is it going to be quite fast paced? I like a manga, you know, that's not too slow, not too fast, it's kind of in the middle. So yeah, I'm kind of torn. Like with Assassination Classroom, I might go out and buy Volume 3 and see, you know, if it changes my mind. In the comments below, if you like Black Clover, try and change my mind on whether or not I should pick up more volumes in this series. Next up, we have Orin High School Host Club Volume 2. This is one of my favourite anime series of all time, and yes, I'm a girl. So I will take all the stick in the comments that, oh, it's a series for girls. I'm a girl and I love it, I love the characters. I'm not going to go on probably a host club binge buy like with another certain series over here, Seraph of the End. I think for me this is going to be picking up volumes when and where I can. Worlds Apart have 3 for 2, so maybe I'll pick up like 2 volumes in another series and then use my third one and my free one to pick up another volume of Host Club. I love the series, I love the characters. I cannot speak highly enough about the series, and I don't care if it's a cliche because I'm a girl, but check it out. If you're a guy and you like this series, tell me in the comments. Yes, moving on. I just spoke about binge buying a certain series. Seraph of the End, so it should be no shock that I'm ending this haul with Seraph of the End Volume 14 and Volume 15. Currently, as of filming this video, there are 17 volumes in print here in, England, so I need to pick up 16 and 17 to round it off. I'm trying my hardest, not to read ahead online. It's so hard. I love this series, and I love how past volume 12, which I said actually rounded off it rounded off Netflix series, so 13 onwards is when we should get the next series. There's a lot more character development, and it's kind of jumping into the unknown because you never really know where this series is going to take you. Unlike Vampire Knight, which is very cheesy vampires, but not too much cheese like I said, Seraph of the End, yes, it has vampires, it has some of my favourite comedic moments, especially in terms of the anime, but I just love the friendship that's formed, between these humans, and in later volumes they actually pair up with the vampires. Shock horror. Yeah, vampires and humans getting along. That's surely a recipe for disaster, but it's an ongoing series. I need to pick up 16 and 17, but when I went on my binge buy, I did get some slack from one of the employees in the shop where I do buy my series from, where I do buy the majority of my manga from, and I think through my binge buying he might actually check out the series, so if I've introduced at least one more person to Seraph of the End, I know I have done good. So there we have it, guys and girls of the internet. That was just my, December manga haul. I hope you guys liked it. Maybe, I've interested you in some of these series. Sorry for, the hand movements. If I had to recommend, apart from Tokyo Ghoul, which I'm obsessed with, don't ask where I got this pen from. I found it on the floor. Everyone's going to read Tokyo Ghoul. It's a staple. If I had to recommend a couple of series that I think you would like, it would be Fire Force, because it is amazing. And I don't know why I'm finding myself saying this, Goblin Slayer. It's not for everyone, but I highly recommend you give it a chance because you might like it. Yeah, in the comments below, have you guys read any of these series? Should I continue certain series or should I end certain series before I get disappointed and spend a lot of money? While you're down there, you can click like to show me some love. You can click subscribe because, well, nothing's stopping you, and I do upload weekly content here on the channel. Let's just wrap up this video. Until next time, I'm Beth. Keep reading manga, keep watching awesome anime. Goodbye.